Hey there, and welcome. Today we're going to connect two things you probably never thought went together: the market price of your jewelry and those strange chemical reactions it can sometimes have right on your skin.
All right, let's just dive right in with a question that might flip everything you think you know about precious metals. What if I told you that the metal that's historically been seen as the more valuable, more exclusive one is actually the more affordable option right now? I mean, just look at the actual numbers here. Platinum is currently hovering around $950 an ounce. White gold, on the other hand, is nearly double that. We're talking about $1,900 an ounce. For a lot of people, that just feels backwards, right? And that brings us to our first section. We're starting with this surprising market shift because, honestly, it opens the door to a much more personal topic about the jewelry we all wear every day.
So, to break it all down, platinum has traditionally been the pricier metal, for sure, but the market has completely changed. See, white gold's value is directly tied to the super high price of pure gold, which makes up most of what it is. It's a major flip in the jewelry world.
You know, thinking about the value and what these metals are made of gets us wondering about something totally different. Why does a ring sometimes leave that weird green mark on your finger? Or why does a necklace sometimes cause an itchy rash? Why does our skin even react to these beautiful things in the first place?
And that leads us right into one of the most common and curious reactions of all: the green skin mystery. I am positive many of you have experienced this at some point.
Okay, so the science behind that green tint is a process called oxidation. And really, it's just a chemical reaction. When a metal like copper comes into contact with the sweat, the oils, and the acids on your skin, it reacts. And the result of that reaction is a new compound. They're called copper salts, which, surprise, surprise, just so happen to be green.
So you can basically think of it as a simple three-step recipe. First, your jewelry has to contain some copper. Second, that copper reacts with your own unique body chemistry. And third, that green residue you see is just the harmless little byproduct of that reaction getting left behind on your skin.
Now, this is where most of us get it wrong. We see a green finger and our first thought is, oh, this must be cheap costume jewelry. But that is a very, very common myth.
The real truth is, it's all about the type of metal, not the price tag. I mean, even super expensive, beautifully crafted pieces can cause that green reaction if they're made from an alloy, a mix of metals that happens to contain copper.
But this whole thing is part of a much bigger picture. It isn't just about green skin. Other metals and alloys can cause completely different reactions, everything from allergies to simple tarnish.
This table gives us a great little summary. We've already covered copper's green tint, but then you've got nickel, which is a really common cause of actual allergic reactions, like redness and itching. And then there's silver, which can react with sulfur in the air and on your skin to create that black residue we all call tarnish.
And hey, if you've ever wondered why a certain ring bothers you but not your friend, it's because everyone's body chemistry is totally unique. The acidity of your sweat, the oils on your skin, it all plays a part. And that's exactly why a reaction to jewelry is such a personal thing.
So, with all this chemistry in mind, how can we make better decisions about this stuff? Well, that brings us to our final section: smarter jewelry choices.
Here are 3 really practical tips. For pieces you already own and love, a thin coat of clear nail polish on the part that actually touches your skin can create a great barrier. Also, just keeping your pieces clean helps a lot. But the best long-term strategy? Choose metals that are known to be hypoallergenic in the first place.
So which metals are those? Well, titanium and surgical steel are fantastic, highly non-reactive options. Higher carat golds are also a really good bet because they just have fewer other metals mixed in. And then, of course, there's the last one on our list, platinum.
And this brings us full circle, right back to the metal we started this whole conversation with. It turns out that surprising price fact actually has a very practical application.
So, to sum it all up, right now, platinum is a true win-win choice. It's currently more affordable than white gold, it's incredibly durable, and, most importantly for this discussion, it's hypoallergenic. Plus, given its history, it could even turn out to be a savvy future investment.
So, the next time you put on a favorite ring or necklace, just remember that it's not simply an accessory. It's actually part of an ongoing chemical story between metal and skin. So let me ask you, what is your jewelry